CPD. So for CPD, okay, when we say CPD 102, it's the continuing professional development. Okay, kindly take note of that. That's another abbreviation that you have to remember, no, for this or for midterm, no, kasi baka maisama yan, no, sa exam po ninyo. Okay, so aside from the CPD, prior to calling it CPD, prior to calling it CPD, it was also before, no, it was called CPE, no, continuing professional education. No, so this was already present years ago, no, pero at the year 2016 it already had a new law which they called the continuing professional development. Okay, so the law is the RA 10912. No, so tatlo na yung alam niyo. You have your 5527, yung ating medical technology law. You have your 4688. 4688 for the clinical laboratory law, and 10912 for the CPD law. Okay, so what is the objective of this continuing professional development? Okay, so para saan po ba itong continuing professional development? Ang CPD, no, is implemented, no, to improve competence of professionals. Okay, bakit? Because of course, no, we want to promote and upgrade the practice of professionals in the country. So with that, we will be ensuring their contribution for a while po. Okay, so going back, no, the Philippine government want to improve yung skills, knowledge, no, ng ating mga professionals in the country. Kasi 'di ba ang nangyayari kasi dati, no, optional if kunyari you are a licensed professional, optional kung mag-take ka ng mga training seminars, if mag-attend ka ng convention, hindi yan importante. Kasi ang importante lang naman nun is as long as you can practice a profession and renew your license. Pero ngayon, no, nakita nila na there's also a need for the professionals to continue learning kahit natapos na tayo sa college, no? Kasi parang ang nangyayari doon, ang end ng learning is sa college lang, no? Kumaga pagka-graduate wala na. So they implemented this one so that of course, no, we could also be at par with the international standards of practice, no? Kasi syempre kapag graduate na yung mga professionals or kapag graduate na tayo ng college at naging professional tayo, wala nang paraan, no, para malaman natin kung ano yung mga current trends, current practices abroad, no? Lalo na kapag hindi ka naman fully engaged hindi ka naman fully active as a professional. Hindi ka naman masyadong attend ng mga seminars, webinars, no? So this is to address that parang lack of knowledge and skills, no, sa mga professionals, lalo na pag mga matatandaan. Okay, and then Also, it will ensure their contribution to the general welfare, economic growth, and development of the nation. Okay, so that is the goal of the CPD. But no, mind you, this is a very controversial law, no, when it was implemented at the year 2016. Why was it controversial? Kasi no, some of the professionals, no, when you say professionals, yung mga lisensyado ng PRC ay medyo 50-50, na 50-50 yung kanilang pakiramdam for the CPD. Kasi una, they felt like some felt like parang hindi naman a need to make it a law, no, kasi well, technically mag-a-attend ka naman talaga ng mga seminars, trainings. Ang nangyari kasi ngayon, requirement na siya, and also ang nangyari is that parang kaya siya naging controversial kasi since required na gumastos ng mga professionals to attend seminars or trainings. No, kasi it's not, the trainings and seminars of course are not given for free. No? Kasi syempre merong food, merong mga speaker, syempre ibabayad dun sa mga yon. So you have to pay to attend the training or seminar and to gain a certificate for that seminar. Kasi importante na meron kang certificate doon sa seminar na inattendan mo because that will be the basis for you to renew your license. No, kaya medyo naging controversial siya at the beginning, no? Parang they see it as a burden, no, for professionals to pay more, no, kasi syempre sagot natin or sagot ng professionals yung what you call this, sagot ng professionals yung gastos. Hindi kasi siya minsan kasi syempre like yung mga freelancers na professionals, kailangan nila mag-allot ng budget considering yung sweldo sa Pilipinas. So parang sinasabi pa noon na sana man lang itaas din yung sweldo ng mga professionals kasi nga kung required ito, professionals din yung magbabayad, yung tao din yung magbabayad, hindi naman yung hindi naman yung mismong company. No? So yun yung mga reason kung bakit issue siya, no? Not all employees can shoulder the expenses, and yung number of units, no? Kasi siya every certificate that you receive may corresponding number of units yan. Parang college din, di ba? Sa college, di ba, required kayo to finish, kunyari, 64 units at the end of your program. Pagka-graduate mo ng 4th year, kailangan kumpleto 64 units. Ganun din sa mga professionals. Meron kaming required number of units na kailangang ma-accumulate or makumpleto bago po kami pwede makapag-renew ng license. So technically, kapag 0, wala kang inattendan, mahihirapan kang mag-renew ng license mo as a professional. Okay, so ganun siya. Okay, so let us define what is CPD. According to the RA 10912, it refers to the inculcation of advanced knowledge, no? The acquiring of knowledge, skills, and values in a post-licensure specialization. So yun na nga po, it's learning after you pass the board exam. Okay, so it should be within your field. No? So for example, kung doktor ka, kailangan yung seminars and trainings na attendan mo is about medicine. Hindi ka pwede kumuha ng mga seminars na pang teacher or ng pang engineer kasi it's not aligned with your profession. So it should be within the field of study. Okay, aside from that, for assimilation into professional practice, so that you can apply what you have learned from the seminars or trainings to your practice as a professional. No? And also, there will be a self-directed research and lifelong learning. So, syempre kasi, no, pag graduate ka na, forever ka ng professional. Kumbaga, ganun siya. So, technically, forever ka ding nag-aaral. No? Parang ganun po yung nangyayari. No? There's a lifelong learning here. Okay, so there is a council for the CPD. No, so the council is a group of people or a body created to promote, ensure, and implement the continuous improvement of knowledge and skills and competencies of professionals. So the CPD Council are the ones who approve seminars, trainings, conventions to become a CPD event. So for example, si ma'am, meron akong seminar na gustong gawin, or si Lycio merong seminar na gustong gawin. So we have to apply to become a CPD provider and for that seminar to become a CPD event para magkaroon po siya ng units, no, na tinatawag po natin sa CPD, para magkaroon po siya ng units. Now, so the CPD Council decides on that. No? They decide whether the seminar is will contribute, no? Will contribute knowledge, skills, and competencies. No, kasi kung hindi, it will not be approved as a CPD event. No, so ano-ano po yung composition ng ating CPD? We have chairman from the Philippine Regulation Board or your Board of Medical Technology. No, the chairman is any of the three, no, ng Board of MedTech. So you have your chairman din ng MedTech, either doon sa tatlong yan. No? Either po, kung sino po dito sa tatlong ito. The chairman, yung PATHO, and then yung dalawang registered MedTech. No? Siya po yung magiging chairman of the CPD Council. Isa lang doon sa tatlong yon. Okay, second member is from the APOs. Ano nga po ba yung APO? 102? Ano nga po ulit yung APO? Excuse me. Anyone? Ano ba yung sabihin natin ng APO? Makalimutan nyo na. APO is your accredited professional organization. Okay? Accredited professional organization. Now, for that, it's the president of PAMET, no? So yun yung first member. President of PAMET. Next, second member is from the academe. So with that, no, sa ating organizations, that would be the PASMET president to become the second member of the CPD Council. So that is the composition of your CPD Council. May nakikinig pa po ba?
Yes po.
Thank you sa pagsagot. Okay, next we have the credit units. No? So yun nga po, as what I've mentioned kanina, no? Like college, yung bawat seminar na ina-attendan po namin, bawat training na ina-attendan po namin, or anything that we do, no, na nakakapag-enhance ng knowledge, ng skills, okay, ay may kaakibat na units. Okay, so ina-apply po yan sa ating CPD Council. So to define that, it refers to the value of an amount of learning that can be transferred to a qualification achieved either formal, non-formal, or informal learning setting. So the professional should accumulate, no? Should accumulate credits, no? To a predetermined levels for the award of a qualification. So you have to accumulate, ideally or technically, no, para mas madali po ninyong maintindihan, yung credits credit units is ina-accumulate, iniipon every 3 years. Kasi every 3 years po yung renewal ng lisensya ng mga professionals. So more than just a requirement, no? Kasi yun din yung isang issue noon. More than just the requirement of the CPD for the renewal of license, intindihin din natin yung reason kung bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng CPD, no? For the continuing education ng mga professional, no? So, bakit kailangan mag-accumulate ng credit units? Of course, for learning, and also, no, required yan pag nagre-renew tayo ng lisensya, no, yung PRC license na tinatawag. Kasi every 3 years po, nagre-renew po tayo ng license. And every 3 years, kailangan mong mag-ipon ng credit units. Okay? So yan po yung dahilan kung bakit tayo nag-accumulate, no, ng credit units. Okay? For CPD. For a while po. Okay, next. So we have the CPD program. So the CPD program are the activities, no? So we refer to the activities na for the CPD program. When you say CPD Council, sila po yung nag-approve ng mga CPD events or CPD program. Okay. So, when you say CPD program, it has the activities. No? Ito po yung activities. So, ano-ano ba yung mga possible activities? Seminars, workshops, lectures, meetings, training, modules, tours, visits, no, na pwede pong attendan or gawin ng professional to be equipped with the knowledge, no? To be equipped with the knowledge. Okay? Saglit lang po saglit lang. I'll be back after 5 minutes. Okay? So balik na po tayo sa discussion. So again, no, we have the CPD program. We say CPD program, these are the activities, the seminars, trainings, workshops, lectures, modules, no, even writing a book is considered a CPD program. Okay? That will allow, no, knowledge enhancement, skill enhancement to a professional, no? So that's your CPD program. And then, no, for you to be able to provide CPD programs, no, para ka makapag-provide ng mga seminars na may CPD, you have to be an accredited CPD provider, no, accredited CPD provider. So this refers to a natural or juridical person accredited, no, accredited by the CPD Council to conduct CPD program. So sila lang po yung accredited to provide seminars, trainings, etc. No, na merong CPD units, okay, or credit units, no. So we have 4 classifications of a CPD provider. We have individual or a sole proprietor. Okay, we have firm, partnership, corporation, or organizations. We have government institutions or agencies, and then you also have foreign entity, firm, or association. So those are the 4 classifications of a CPD provider. And later on, I will share with you the current list of the CPD providers that we have for medical technology. So the CPD programs are activities, no? Pwede po siyang structured or non-structured. When you say structured, there is a standard being followed for you to gain. Para siyang curriculum, no? Meron kang standard na sinusundan para matapos mo yung mismong program. Excuse me. So, first example of a CPD program are events or programs that would require formal learning. So this would refer to educational arrangements such as curricular qualifications, teaching learning requirements that would take place in an educational and training institutions recognized by relevant national authorities, which leads to granting diplomas and qualifications. So an example of a formal learning na pwede pong maging CPD is, or na pwedeng i-apply for credit unit of CPD is when you take mga postgraduate degree, MSMT, yung pag-take ka ng MPH, doctoral degree, okay? Those take place, no, sa ating mga educational and training institutions. That is why it is considered as formal learning. And this is a structured to, no? Structured. Kasi meron tayong curriculum na sinusundan for those postgraduate degree programs, no? So that's your formal learning. Okay. Another example is a non-formal learning. So this refers to learning that has been acquired in addition to alternatively to formal learning, so which may be structured and made more flexible according to the educational and training arrangements. No? So that's your non-formal. Sige, mamaya may listahan tayo. We have self-directed learning. So self-directed, no? So you are the ones who look into trainings and seminars pero hindi siya CPD program, no? It depends on your needs. So ikaw yung naghahanap as a professional, ikaw yung maghahanap ng mga programs, yung mga seminars, trainings, and then you will apply it for it to be awarded with CPD units, no? For it to be awarded with CPD units. So technically, hindi siya provided by a CPD provider, i-apply mo lang siya para magkaroon ng credit units. Next, we have online learning activities. So, mga modular type of seminars, trainings, no? Di ba meron mga ganun parang module type na available in the internet. So, this is an example of an online learning activity. Like, ngayon, yung ating mga webinars, that's online learning. No? Kasi hindi siya hands-on programs. Okay? And then we have professional work experience. So any participation that a professional gain while working in a specific field. Okay, so these are the examples of activities or CPD programs. No? So we have participant. No? Kunyari, nag-participate ka sa mga either face-to-face or online. So when you participate in the seminar, no, you gain credit unit based on what is given for that program. When you become a resource speaker, a panelist, reactor, facilitator, or moderator, it has a corresponding credit units. Okay? So that's for the professional track. So ibig sabihin, no, pag si ma'am naging resource speaker ng isang event or seminar, webinar that has a CPD units, ito po yung makukuha kong credit units for that program. Next, for the formal, no, for the formal learning or formal learning, you have your academic track, your master's degree or equivalent, and then doctoral degree or equivalent, no? And then for professional experience, you have your professorial chair, no? For example, you become a chair of the medical technology, no, in your university or in a school. So meron po siyang credit units na kaakibat, no? Residency, externship, when you become in your fellowship grant, so pag participant, research speaker, researcher, meron din kaakibat na credit units per grant, no? So, ayan po. Pag nagamit mo na yon, kunyari, nagamit mo na yung master's degree mo para sa pag-renew mo ng license for 2021, after 3 years, 2024, magre-renew ka na naman, ay kailangan ka ulit ng credit units, hindi mo na po pwede gamitin yung ating master's degree. So, basta any certificates that has been used to renew your license, hindi na siya pwede gamitin ulit. So, ganun talaga. Every after renewal, so kailangan mo ulit mag-collecta ng credit units. No? So, ganun po yung nangyayari. Next, you have self-directed. So, ito po yung mga trainings offered by non-accredited CPD providers. No? Non-accredited CPD providers. So, i-apply siya. Pag self-directed, tandaan ninyo, ina-apply mo yung program. No? When you say program, meaning trainings, seminars, i-apply mo yung program to have credit units. No, kasi yung program, wala po siyang credit units at the beginning. No, i-apply mo siya, you will apply para magkaroon ng credit units and then gagamitin mo na siya for your CPD. Pero dito sa mga binigay ni ma'am kanina, ito, yung being a participant, resource speaker, automatic, pag nag-attend ka ng seminar, meron na siyang CPD. So, hindi mo na kailangang i-apply, ibibigay mo na lang siya direkta sa PRC office once you apply for a renewal of license. No? So, ganun po siya. Hindi mo na siya i-apply. Pag self-directed, there is an application of all the trainings and seminars that you attended without CPD initially. So, i-apply mo siya for it to have CPD. So, the difference lang of The self-learning is that self-directed learning, parang dalawa po kasing binabayaran mo dito. Binayaran mo na yung seminar, di ba? Binayaran mo na yung seminar na inattendan mo. And then, pag nag-a-apply ka, magbabayad ka po ulit. No? Pag mag-a-apply ka for CPD, or i-apply mo yung seminar na yon to have CPD, additional payment yon for you. Pag self-directed learning po, yung ginamit po natin or ginawa po ninyo. Wait lang ha, nag-aalarm. Okay. So those are the self-directed learnings. Next, no, also you being panelist, reactor, in-service training, technical papers, no? Pag nag-perform ka ng mga research and it was published in journals so that you can accumulate credit units for that, no? What else? So when you write a book, pamphlets, when you are an author or the editor, so meron ding corresponding credit units for that. Okay? When you become author of an article in a magazine, or when you have an invention that was na-recognize ng ating organization or ng government, that will also be given full credit units. Tours, visits, and then consultancy. And then social civic activities, recognitions. And when you gain recognitions or titles, when you have an award, kunyari, for example, outstanding professional, lifetime achievement awardees, there is also a corresponding credit unit for that. No, so technically, lahat ng ginagawa natin as a professional, okay, meron niyang kakibit na credit units. Although, kapag hindi siya automatically given by a CPD provider, okay, kailangan natin siyang i-apply para magkaroon ng CPD. So, yun nga po yung sinasabi ni mga kanina na self-directed. Like now, for example, because of the pandemic, all medical professionals who also provided service during the pandemic is meron din silang kaakibat na credit units. Parang ginawa yon, or it was decided, of course, to give back for the medical professionals. Okay? So, hindi na nila kailangan mag-ipon ng credit units. So, basta nagbigay sila ng serbisyo, nag-work sila in any COVID facility, automatic, exempted sila for the renewal of, exempted sila for CPD, for the renewal of their license. Okay? So, the CPD programs enhance to strengthen our competencies as professionals. So based on the requirements, of course, ng mga international bodies. Okay? So this will also ensure national and international alignment of competencies and qualifications of professionals. Okay? So this will also ensure the maintenance of core competencies. No? Core competencies. No? How important is this one? No, kasi syempre, no, when we work, sometimes we tend to forget the basics, the foundations. Okay, so when we attend seminars, trainings, or mga CPD programs, most of them or some of them are also to refresh us, no, from the education we have learned from our college years, no. And then aside from that, no, yung advancement and acquiring of new competencies. So yun na nga po yung mga new current trends, current practices, no, abroad na gusto rin po nilang ipaalam sa mga Pilipino. So the development of that knowledge. Okay, so this will also recognize and ensure that professionals will contribute, no? Tayo mga professional ay magko-contribute for the uplifting of our society, economic growth and development ng ating bansa. Okay, so that is also the goal of the CPD. Okay, so the CPD is a requirement. Yung nga po yung sinasabi ni Ma'am Karina, no? It's a requirement for the renewal of the license. No? So, lahat po ng registered and licensed professionals has to undergo the CPD. No? The CPD programs for them to renew their IDs. No? For them to renew their license. So, meron po kaming required number of units every time na magre-renew po kami ng lisensya. Excuse me po. Okay, so registered and licensed professionals shall complete required credit units, no? Every 3 years because our renewal of license is every 3 years. So that's the duration, no, kung kailan po kami magbibigay, no, ng credit units, no? So every 3 years, every time that we will be renewing our license. And then we will be providing a copy of all the credit units na nag-gain po namin once we renew our license sa PRC. So any excess credit units shall not be carried over the next 3 years. So for example, no, si Ma'am magre-renew ng 2021, for example. 2021 yung renewal ko. So all CPD events from the past 3 years, ano ba yung 3 years? So bibilang tayo 2021, 2020, and then 2019. So all certificates na merong CPD from 2019, 2020 to 2021, pwede po gamitin ni Ma'am yan para makapag-renew ng license. No, for example, December 2021, magre-renew si Ma'am. So gagamitin ko yon, no, from these years. Now, paano kung sobra naman yung inipon mo? So pag sobra, it will not be carried over because, kunyari, after 3 years, kailan ba yung next 3 years ko? 2024. So, pag nag-renew ako ng 2024, ang i-acknowledge na lang po nila na certificates ay yung mga certificates within 2022 until 2024 na lang. Okay, so ano lang siya. Kailangan within the 3 years nung hindi ka nagre-renew, doon lang yung yun lang po yung mga seminars na i-submit mo sa kanila. I hope klaro po yun. Okay. So again, we will only be presenting all the copy of of our CPD credit units once we apply for the license. And then, they will only consider programs that have been attended from the past 3 years. No? So for example, 2024, 2022, 2023, and then 2024 events. No? So ganun po yung ginagawa ng PRC. So what's the benefits of the CPD? It enhances confidence for the professional and credibility because of course, you gain knowledge, you gain credentials, and then it showcases your achievements and useful for appraisals. So of course, that will be a basis na masabi na you are an active professional. Okay? So, magiging basis yan para tumaas yung credentials mo as an individual. Okay? It will also achieve career goals by focusing on training and development. So, it enhances your career. Because of course, you enhance also your knowledge, your skills through the trainings and seminars that you attend. Okay? And then it copes positively with the changes. Sabi nga natin, changes in the international practice will also, or us as professionals should also be aware ng mga changes po na yun. So when we constantly update ourselves with the current international practice, ma-acquire din po natin yun. And also we can apply that to our work. And aside from that, it improves productivity and efficiency as an individual. As for the organization, for the medical technology organization, and for the organization or institution kung saan po ay nagtatrabaho, it maximizes your staff potential. It maximizes the potential of your employees. It also helps the employees to set smart objectives. When you see smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound objectives. Okay? It also promotes the development of staff, apply the learning that the staff gained for the development of the organization, and it also links to appraisals. So promotions, promotions mo as an individual and promotion ng mismong organization din po. Okay. So what